Hello people, how's it going? It's me, Sai, S-I-G-H. And today, I'm going to talk about some anime that I think is severely underrated and I think you should watch. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Sai, you just made a top 10 video. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. No, you couldn't be more wrong. This is a top 5 video. Wait. Starting off the list, we've got Baki. Baki's another shonen fighting anime, with the main protagonist Baki trying to become the strongest fighter in the world to defeat his father, Yujiro Hanma. Yujiro Hanma is known as the strongest fighter in the world and also nicknamed the Ogre for being a demon. Baki starts off the series as a 13-year-old boy under the direction of his mother, some specialists and some trainers trying to make him surpass his own limits. He fights stronger and stronger opponents, defeating all of them, and then because it's shonen, he punches them and becomes friends with them. Why not? The series really shines a light in the martial arts aspect. Like, they have real life counterparts to almost every move they do except the obvious shonen ones like nerve cutting and having knives in your elbows. The series is pretty old. It has about 5 or 6 adaptations starting back in the early 2000s, I think. The newest one on Netflix could be viewed without watching the older ones, but to get the full experience I would recommend watching the original ones. Alright, coming up next we've got Shiki. Shiki's something like a seemingly indie anime that not too many people know about, but if you know your horror, you've definitely seen it. This series has just the right amount of horror, suspense, and mystery. Where most shows don't get the right balance properly, this one just nails it perfectly. Set in a rural town in Japan, a new family moves in the dead of night. Shortly after moving in, strange illnesses start befalling the townspeople, causing them to fall ill and then die. But who says death is the end? Rumors of people seeing people who had supposedly died in the town start to spread throughout the community, all while the illness itself spreads and people continue to die. It's up to the resident doctor to find out what's going on, because why call in a specialist when you're having a zombie outbreak in a rural town? Just leave it up to the local GP. This story seriously though does have some good characters, and I recommend giving it a watch. You can't go wrong if you love horror, unless it's school days. Next up, you got Aesthetica. Aesthetica is like the second proper sports anime I ever watched, after Kuroko of course. You wouldn't think a story about teams racing each other on motorized rollerblades would be that interesting, but it really is. If you like your ecchi shonen with imbecile characters with most of them having some type of mental impairment, then this is the show for you. It follows the story of a 14-year-old boy named Ichi, who lives with his 3 sister-like characters. Ichi is the leader of a gang of local delinquents, but when he happens to challenge another gang to a fight, the other gang totally destroys him with their air tracks. You know, the motorized rollerblades. They make quick work of Ichi and his group, defeating and humiliating him. He then decides to get his own air tracks to fight back. This starts him down the path of the AT rider, getting involved in rival gang wars, disrupting authority, and discovering his own path in which he can lead his friends down. He amasses a group of riders and calls them Kogarai Masu. Despite the fact that Aesthetica is meant to be a sports anime, it's basically as macho shonen fights on rollerblades. So if you like shonen, you like sports, and you like rollerblades, then give it a go! Now we got We Without Wings. The notorious We Without Wings. Have you ever seen a show and you're like, that show is trash? And you're like, I'm gonna watch that today. Well, let me introduce you to We Without Wings. Doesn't get much more trash than this. Literally, this is the most unapologetically fan service oriented show I've ever seen. Somehow racier than DxD and most vanilla hentai. On top of that, there's a reoccurring character who can only speak through terrible raps, a loli who can't speak English, a womanizing bartender who's clearly a Sanji from One Piece if you own a bar, and some girl with an eye patch. You can't go wrong. Now this show may seem like it's going nowhere, and for the better part of the series, you would be right. However, once the plot twist is finally revealed, you're sitting there like, you what, mate? It's one of those shows you probably have to watch twice to fully appreciate. And don't get me wrong, this is the trashiest of trash. Like, your waifu was less trash than this. It's so bad that it's good. Honestly, I don't know why I'm recommending this. Most people probably drop the show after 1 or 2 episodes, but the people who stick it out to the end will really appreciate it. Next we got Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero. This is probably my personal favourite power fantasy anime, maybe second after the regular Magic High School. But not many people appreciate Rogue Hero. This story is about people who come back from another world with magical powers who are then sent to a school to train for some reason. The main character of this anime is probably the weakest magic user of the whole school. Wow, what a surprise, a generically weak main protagonist? I've never seen that before. However, what he lacks in magic he makes up for with his other abilities. I would dare to even say that he's probably the strongest character at school. And his strongest power would definitely be the fact that he's a pervert. Yeah, that word never suited somebody so well. But what story would be complete without an unnecessary harem of cliche anime girls? How could this be any more cliche, you ask? Don't worry, everyone at the school hates him and has a very unique relationship with the student council president, who I'm fairly sure has a pivotal role in the series. But don't worry about that, because they're never going to explain it. The biggest problem with this show, however, is the way it ends. Due to being a commercial flop, the series ended on a cliffhanger, just as the main story is set to start. And the source material? Good luck finding that. Still though, I recommend the show. It's got amazing fights and a pretty cool magic system. Alright, that's going to do it for today. Glad to see YouTube is back up and running, because it would have been pretty difficult to, make YouTube videos without YouTube. But like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more unnecessary anime content, and I'll see you next time. I feel like I'm forgetting something. There we go, plugged it in.